Yesterday, I thought the chances of Bitcoin breaking out to the upside are significantly higher than what we are seeing right now. But the opposite happened, guys. Bitcoin broke down to the downside. And what does this mean, basically? How are the other charts looking that we've looked at in yesterday's video? And could Bitcoin be still be looking bullish, or are things actually looking more bearish right now? So, guys, let's jump straight into it. And yeah, first of all, let's start off on the 1 hour time frame. Yesterday, to me personally, I definitely thought, oh, we could see a nice Sunday breakout to the upside, but this attempt failed actually exactly at 12 o'clock Dutch time, so that is 5 p.m. Eastern time. The CME market opened, and we have seen basically Bitcoin dumping at the minute the market opened. So that means we don't have a gap in the CME futures chart. That is a good thing, right? That we don't need to fill any gap. However, we did saw Bitcoin going down to at least 16,000 US dollars, and there's also a level I pointed out in yesterday's video. Because why is this level important? Well, the former resistance, as you can see right here, that we broke right now, should hold as support for Bitcoin to continue this uptrend. And right now this level is still holding as support. Doesn't mean that it has to hold as support in the future. However, we did saw some reaction from this 16k level, and we were looking at some different charts like the US dollar Theta dominance and the USDC dominance, and I have to say that they both actually starting to look quite bullish. We had a breakdown of this triangle formation, but now we are trading back into this triangle formation. And on the USDC chart, we did saw that bearish divergence, but we only had a very small correction until right now we are seeing the tides are turning again. And you know what it means when the USDC and USDT chart are looking bullish. That is slightly bearish for Bitcoin. So yeah, I do want to be a little bit cautious right here, because yesterday, before we knew that these green candles were there, this chart actually looks quite bearish. We got a lot of sell signals over on Orion's belt. We have the relative strength index coming down, and of course it's still possible that this chart is going down. At least the way we interpret this chart yesterday is not valid anymore, so that is something we just got to admit. Then let's go to the 4 hour time frame, because we've seen some interesting thing on the 4 hour time frame. That is, if we draw a uptrend in the relative strength index, we do get some form of a uptrend, also some declining resistance right here. This is a clear triangle formation, and I think as long as we are still trading in the triangle formation, it is still possible for Bitcoin to bounce from here. So guys, the chart is definitely looking worse than yesterday, to be honest, but I don't want to throw away the bullish case at all, because we still hold a certain uptrend in the relative strength index. If we lose this uptrend, guys, we actually most likely see Bitcoin reaching new lows, I would say. Also, when we have a look at the daily time frame, we can see as well that we have that uptrend in the relative strength index right here. Let me adjust this. And if we cannot hold that level as support, so if we were to lose that level, then most likely Bitcoin will surpass the lows that we have formed right here at 15,500 approximately. So guys, this is actually quite bearish, of course. I first want to see this RSI structure being broken before being too sure about Bitcoin reaching lower levels. On a weekly time frame, we had a little bit doubtable candle close. We had a nice star doji right here, and then we potentially would have a green hammer, which normally is a bullish candle on the weekly time frame. So guys, the weekly close right here, we also haven't seen a extremely bullish close. And if we were to go to whaleportal.com, and let me just refresh this page, and we go to the average funding fee, we also see that the average funding fee right now is just hovering around 0. So we turned positive yesterday at 1 o'clock in the evening. That was also one of the warning signals that I've set yesterday. The moment we turn positive, I'm going completely to switch my bias here, because I will only be bullish when the funding rates are negative, because when the funding rates are positive, I think the chances are more likely for Bitcoin to go down, because that's what we basically have seen for the past months. Most of the time when the funding rates is positive, price is going down. When the funding rates are negative, price is going up. So yeah, that is also what I'm going to stick to right now. If the funding rates are negative, I think the likelihood of the price going up is higher. But these negative funding rates, like when they're hovering around zero, they don't really count, to be honest, because you want to see a clear number which is showing that the majority is shorting right now, and not that we are right now in the middle half, because that is not a clear conviction in the sentiment of the traders, right? If we are seeing like huge negative funding, there's a clear conviction with the traders that Bitcoin is bearish and that Bitcoin is going to see lower levels. When that level is hovering around zero, this metric is not that strong, to be honest, in my case, in my opinion. So this is basically what I'm watching, guys. I'm watching the relative strength index, and I'm watching this uptrend very, very closely. If we lose that uptrend, most likely we will see new lows. If we still can manage to hold above 16k and bounce off this uptrend, it's still possible for Bitcoin to, for this to be a higher low in this, in this potential uptrend. So guys, these are the signals that I'm watching in the chart right now for the shorter term time frames of Bitcoin, whether we can eventually go to the upside right here, go to 17, 18 or 19,000 US dollars, or whether Bitcoin still is coming down and going to set new lows. Guys, that was it for today's video. If you like it, smash up the like button. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. Very much appreciate it. I want to wish every single one of you a awesome day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.